Hello sweeties, Nanna Tazzie here. Don't mind the belly cam. You see this? Look at this. It was a good holiday season, what can I say? Okay, I want to update you and do a, as quick as possible, flip through of my Traveler's Notebook cover and setup for 2018. I'm still really new to an actual functional setup and trying to keep track of everything in one place. I usually only stick to planners and such for a couple months at a time, and then I just don't look at them for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and then I jump back in for a couple months, and I don't know. Maybe that's just my way, but there's so much I want to be able to track, as much as plan and do future planning, and yeah, I think this is going to be the best way to do it. Before I jump in on that, I want to give you guys a sneak peek. Hang on. Many of you are aware that I've been working on a knitted project. This so far is it. But this will be a baby blanket when I finally get her done. It's about halfway, thereabouts. Then I've got to do, you know, all the edging and that stuff. But there's an update and sneak peek on the baby blanket, and then I'll make a dolly with matching yarn to, I don't know if you can see, do you see all the flecks in the wheat colored yarn? I love it. It's beautiful. But yeah, that is the acrylic baby blanket I'm working on. And why I feel so far behind in all my other projects. Okay. I named my Traveler's Notebook cover. You guys know I name all of my books for whatever reason. They are, I don't know, they're like anything else. They're full of energy. They've got their own existence, so I named them. This one I have named Lucy. If you are not familiar with the story of Lucy, whether you believe in it or not doesn't really matter. I did find a picture of Lucy, just so you know who I'm talking about. This is Lucy. This is the reconstructed image that they've put together from bone fragments that they found. Basically the question is, they want to know if Lucy is the first transition from ape to human evolution. Whether you believe in it or not doesn't matter. The whole thing fascinates me. Fascinates me, because I have my own theories, but whatever. At any rate, if they're correct in that assumption, she was the first hominin. But yeah, I thought it was fun, so I called my Traveler's Notebook cover Lucy, because it is my first official, real, actual Traveler's Notebook setup. So it made sense, and yeah, so I gave her a name, and I stamped it on here so she knows who she is, and put a little heart, because I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I've been playing in it for, what, today's the 3rd? Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so I've been playing in it, putting books together. I got all of these Traveler's Notebook covers, or Traveler's Notebook inserts made. And can I tell you, this has been the most fun. I'm going to have to take that off, I think. I still need to make more of these, but I'm going to have to get some fabric before I do that. And figure out this charm situation here. Okay. Let's see, I'll probably have to zoom you guys in and then make sure I'm in the right make sure we're in the right spot here. I don't know. And it's weird because it will look a certain way on the camera here, but when I get it on the computer, it's much clearer or something. I don't even know what that's about. Okay, let's try this. I will try this. Okay, I've had to take some stuff out, like my social. I wasn't using it how I had planned on, and half of that is already in my new setup. I started with the journal, this gorgeous journal that Sylvia made for me and sent from France, and oh my god, love, 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 love. I was looking at it, I wasn't sure what to put in it. I did not want to fill it with stuff that pertained just to 1 year and then have to put it away. It's beautiful. I want to be able to look at it every day and until it just falls apart, at which point, yeah, it will be laminated or something. I want to keep this. But while I was looking at it and trying to work out what I wanted to put in here, I swear I heard a voice in my head that said, "Be the light." Just while I was feeling on it, just be the light. And it's like, okay, sure. But I wrote that down, be the light. And then as I was looking through the pages, it dawned on me, this needs to be something I can read every day and have as a tool for all the energy work, all the healing work, all the, I don't know if you're into positive affirmations or that type of thing, but the last year I've been working on a lot of that stuff, and the year has snowballed into this amazing personal growth, amazing spiritual growth that I really want to focus on for 2018. So I made this gorgeous little journal into an I Am affirmations book. If you want to make one of these, you don't necessarily have to believe everything in here yet. It should be stuff that you want to head towards. Some of them repeat, but I can take a few minutes a day and read this out loud, and it so far is helping me get where I want to go. So, be the light. I wrote, I am. I don't know if you're familiar with the power of I am. I'll let you guys look that up, Google it, find whatever programs you need to work on that. It's done amazing things for me, so I'm down with that. But I am wealthy, I am beautiful, I am lean, I am strong. And these are things, most of mine have multiple words, or multiple meanings per word, because that's how words work for me. They've got to be multifunction. I am creative, I am giving, I am smart, I am caring. Some of these are things I need to be reminded of. I am resourceful, I am honest, I am an artist, which made me laugh when I wrote it, so I wrote I am funny, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am magic, I am energy, I am successful, I am blessed, I am enough, I am wealthy, I am source energy, I am shiny, I am childlike. And you may be asking, what does that mean? Well, have you ever seen really young children who have not been kicked around by the universe or by the world and all the terrible things in it yet? And they have that absolute sense of wonder and direction, and they're just plugged in with intuition and wonderment and amazement. They are open. They are completely open and honest and just pure beauty. Young kids are amazing. everything's wonderful to them. Everything is a learning opportunity. Everything, there are no rules yet. There's no, well, you can't do that because society doesn't allow it. There's none of that. So they don't hide who they are. It's my goal to be more childlike. I would have written open-minded, but I've met a lot of people that claim to be open-minded, and wow, they are anything but. So more childlike is what I went with. And just that transition in wording, just changing that up, has opened huge doors. I am loving, I am patient, this is something I'm working on. I am supportive, I am fearless, I am flexible, I am doing, I am courageous, I am learning, I am growing, I am wealthy, I am a writer, I am energy, I am talented, I am living my truth, I am enough. Doing this, just the 2 days that since I've made it, or since I put it together, it's been amazing. Moving on. I did come across some of these cards. They're like the laminated, they're called pocket cards. My aunt sent me a couple of these. There's the 1 day at a time, which is a great reminder for me. And I have one with the Serenity Prayer, which, yeah, I use the Serenity Prayer an awful lot, and it's got me to where I am, so I will continue to use it. This was the insert that came with the cover. I'm trying contents pages. I usually don't worry about them because I just like numbered pages, and then I can thread pages all together back and forth. I'm doing 1 day at a time again. I don't know if you can see these. Each of these crosses represents 1 month. This whole thing here is, wait, let me go. Okay, this is a year, this is a year. So that's a year of my life. I'm currently at 42 years old. These are the days these are the months I've already lived through. This serves 2 purposes, each of which is a very good tool. This half of it that you've already lived, if you're in a very dark place, if your depression is so bad that you end up in a psych ward or are about to, do this every day. Find a calendar at the end of the day, cross that off. You survived that day. That tool helped me get through some seriously not awesome stuff, and yeah, I have spent time in a psych ward and decided I don't want to go back. I never want to go back. But knowing what I'm dealing with, I know how hard I have to work. I know I have to put in the work. So that helps keep track of that. The rest of this, being optimistic, I've given myself to 100 years to live. And Mr. is home for lunch. I'll be back. Okay, what did we get to? Right here. Oh, I'm going to have to zoom in again. Alright, hang on a second. Maybe here. Okay. 1 day at a time. Days you've lived, roughly how long you've got, counted month by month per year. And this is not a tool for being, some people will see this as morbid, some people won't understand why this is useful at all. But yeah, this is a tool that's twofold for me. One is how far I've come, because some days really are still a struggle. And all the possibilities. What do I actually want to do with my days? What do I actually want to accomplish? What is important to do now? Because none of these days are guaranteed. These ones I've already lived. These ones I have the opportunity to live. So yeah, just a tool, but this is going to stay where I can track it because this book will stay with this cover. I jotted down the love languages. You can do the 5 love languages. You'll have to Google it. I think it's 5lovelanguages.com. But it's a really good tool as far as relationships. And it doesn't have to be, you know, with a spouse or another half or whatever. It could be your family members or friends even. But it's a good reminder, especially if things go sideways or you feel crazy or feel like you're not connecting or there's just weirdness going on, or you need a reminder in how so-and-so receives love, how they give love. Because yeah, physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts. That's the mister. Mine is in a completely different order. Acts of service, physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, receiving gifts. What's most important, the number one things, where you give and receive, or how you give and receive love. It's just a good reminder. I've got note space. I've got my AM, or these are my daily routines. AM, PM, and pre-bed routine. And just stuff I try and do. Not really weekly, well, I guess weekly, but I didn't put it in my weeklies because those are for like more of the chores and stuff. But these are, yeah, instead of writing this whole list every day, day to day, I just write AM or PM, you know. It seems to work. I still need this as a reminder, and each list has grown reasonably long. At one point in time when I was not doing well, I started with today, what did it say? Today did I, and I had shower, eat, sleep. That was the best I could do. I added to that list and put, you know, get dressed. Actually put clothes on, not just whatever, jammies or whatever. But my list has grown considerably, and I have multiple lists now, so that's good. I'm going to call it progress. I also have weekly. This is my home blessing. I try and do these things. The days don't always work out how I had set it out. It depends on what else is going on or who stops by to visit or that kind of thing. So this is all flexible. But in a perfect world, this is the stuff I would get done on these days every time. I put my also, this is stuff I need to start scheduling and fitting in with studies. Frou Frou Friday I'm going to try and do. Trying to keep notes of stuff. The absolutes on YouTube, because I don't watch a lot of TV and stuff. But YouTube, some of the live feeds, or like Dee Dee Willingham. I watch Dee Dee Willingham's videos as soon as they go up, as often as possible. But hers are Monday and Wednesday specifically that I watch. The coffee, is it Coffee and Art in the mornings or whatever? And my Girls Night In, I use my fun stickers. It says Girls Night In, and this is the Crafting Mamas live stream. So as long as I catch one of those nights, I'm happy. But I've got to a point where over the holidays I was binge watching on YouTube, but I'm not getting as much done as I'd like to, so I'm going to have to cut that down because I need to be able to work on the content that I'm providing, so I can't just take it in. This list will be my seasonal big chores, Usually this is house and gardens and yards and greenhouse and the pond and all the big stuff that needs doing per season. I've got, you know, winter, spring, summer, fall, and I'll break all those down. These end up getting moved to calendars. So from here through here, my monthly calendar set out in the classic bullet style, the bullet journal style with the numbered days. I don't have the actual day names because this is from year to year to year to year. This stuff is not going to change. This is where birthdays, anniversaries, and events go. And then the seasonal chores and such will go here, so I know roughly what's coming up, and I can put these in the month that I'm using. I added also, remember I said I had a top secret idea? I added this. These are from the flow book for paper lovers. There's one for each month. I've stuck in each month. So I've got my calendars with birthdays, anniversaries. I'll put in the seasonal when I get that all written out. But on the monthly one, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take all year to work on this and really put it together, and then next year for sure I will actually be using them. But these are going to be prompts that I can use either for journaling, art journaling, writing, food for thought, things to ponder, or things to really do a deep dive on in my Society for Idea Collectors book, which I'll get to here in a little bit. But yeah, those are my monthlies with birthdays written in and whatever, and I will work on the prompts throughout the year, and this book is open for other. That stays with the journal, or with the Traveler's Notebook cover. This insert I am still putting together, but this will stay in here for this year. So this is my 2018, and I came across this, I don't even remember where it came from, but it has stuck with me. It really resonated. It says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. How cool is that? And yeah, I don't know where it comes from, but I love it, love it. So I stuck that in here because I want to create my year, not react to it. I want to create it. I don't have any tarot cards currently, but I used to pull a card for the year that would guide me for the whole year. I just did an online one. We break down all your numbers and stuff. But my card for the year is the Lovers, up in the upright position, and I will have to break all that down on this page. And oddly enough, I was just flipping through, this was a sticker I was going to put somewhere else, and it ended up on this page. I didn't even think about it, but it says, don't overthink, just let it go. And with the Lovers card and whatever, I thought that was a really cool reminder to just go with it. This page here, I'm not so much into quotes just for the sake of being into quotes. If something actually resonates with me, is something that feels like a really good reminder from the universe or whatever, I generally write those down and keep them handy. But this one is, I don't know if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, but it says, you are the toaster, source is the electricity. I love this because if you're the toaster, but you're not plugged in to the universe, if you're not aware, awake, if you're still stuck in the matrix, this isn't going to mean anything to you. But as you awaken, and I've done this through lots of energy work, and I will continue to do so through meditation, just really open up just get out of your head. Just open up your soul, your mind, your heart. The more awake you become, the more this will make sense. Because the source, you might refer to him as God, or, you know, insert whatever deity here. I call it source. But if you're not plugged in as the toaster, source cannot help you do what you need to do. It cannot help you achieve all that you're here to achieve. And I believe this is true of everybody. So all the times that people pray, you know, this is what I need, blah, 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 gimme, 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 or do for me, or do for somebody else. That's not how it actually works, I don't believe. And if you believe that, that's fine. I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just different for everybody. For me, I know I have to be plugged in, I have to be awake, I have to be aware, I have to be doing the work so that Source can help me do more of the work. And it's taken years to get here and be comfortable with that, and to really feel that that connection, that spirit energy, that spiritual growth. And the more I work in that direction, the more comes to me, the more I can help others, the more I can, honestly, the more I can just breathe, no matter what's going on in my life, the more I am okay, because I'm doing what I need to be doing. And that may or may not make sense to you guys, I don't know. This is a truth for me. And you guys have to find your truth. You have to live your truth. That's what we're here to do. At the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn and live our truth. I also wrote, and this is an old one, I don't know where it actually came from or where I originally came across it from. I've always jotted it down, and I should probably look that up. But wherever you go, there you are. It's absolutely true. Some of us spent many, many years trying to run away from everything in life, which honestly we were running away from ourselves. But it doesn't matter where you run, especially if you're running away from yourself or the crap you have to deal with, because you're going to be wherever you stop at. You're going to be there. Wherever you go, there you are. So that's just a good reminder for me. Okay, contents page. I'm still, just for a quick flip, if I have to jump through to find something. Mostly I put this one in here because I do have wish lists and stuff, and at the end of the book I did put a future log, and because it's at the end of the book I will forget that it's there. But anything that comes up throughout 2018 that will be stuff I need to remember in 2019, I just jot it down in the appropriate month and just walk away until I set up 2019's yearly book, if that makes sense. I find this to be excessively helpful because there's stuff I'm not going to remember a year from now. We just started 2018, you know. I'm not going to remember. I'd like to think I could, but I'm not. Okay, so contents page. This one I will do a video on when I make this. This is going to be not so much a vision board, but an art journal page. My word for the year, for 2018, is courage. Last year was be brave, and I did amazingly well. I got a lot further than I thought I would on some things, not so much on other things. But I have, in launching my YouTube channel in February last year, I've come so far with being brave. So I'm going to continue in that fashion, and this year's word, it just came to me. If you meditate on these things, or at least I find if I meditate on them, things will come to me. The universe will speak to you, whether a thought, a feeling. If you need clarity, you can ask, and then just be aware of, you know, the signs that come to you. They are there. They're there all the time. All you have to do is ask Source for guidance. Whether you believe in angels or spirit guides or I don't know. Whatever your thing is, ask for guidance. And then pay attention to everything that comes your way. Everything you come across could be your sign, your whatever. Oh, let me check that. Oh, never mind. Okay. So yeah, I will do an art journal page for courage. My second word for the year, normally I just pick one. My second word for the year is flow. I really need to focus on flow. Whether it be for work, for projects, just for energy, I need to be... I used to have to wait until I was inspired or motivated. A lot of the time now that I'm doing energy work and healing and plugged into the universe, I find that flow, I don't have to wait so much or so long or so often for flow to happen. Just I go with the flow and I'm in that zone. So that's my second word. So I'm going to try and, I don't know if I need a page for each or try and put these two things together, but I will do an art journal page here. This one is my vision board, which I need to find the images to stick in here. This is stuff I want to create. I'm going to aim for the year, but stuff I want to create. It'll be a visual roadmap, I guess, just to see, just to put that in my mind so it helps me visualize where I'm trying to go. They say that brains are goal-oriented, so once you put out there what it is you want to achieve, your brain automatically, being a mega computer, starts working out how to get you there and starts nudging you in that direction. Again, you have to be plugged into that. And there's all sorts of people that can help you work through that. Just Google whatever it is you're trying to work on. Okay, then I have my monthly spreads in the traditional, I don't know if you can see that, the sunlight's changing. So we've got the traditional spread grids. I still, for some reason, have to do this. I have changed the layout in my January book for the month. Hang on, let me jump ahead here. I'm going to try Cara from Boho Berry's monthly layout. It's got a classic bullet journal style with the day and the date down the side, and with Cara, she broke it down to AM, PM. I'm doing AM, PM, and dark 30. I'll get to this part in a minute. But I'm trying to reprogram my brain with this layout. For some reason, I can't escape the classic, I don't know if it's years of using a wall calendar or what, but I still need this one for some reason. Even though this one makes complete sense and is cleaner, and yeah, I can just go, okay. I don't know. But these are all my months. I can jot down things in it for the year and work from this one for each of the monthly, let's see, for each of the monthly inserts that I need. So as I'm setting up the next one, I can just flip to February and fill it out. And that seems good. What I am doing, which is new this year, January, because I'm using the cow yoga calendar, and I don't know what I did with its cover. Oh no. Anywho, I'm using the cow yoga miniature calendar. I love the images, so I'm keeping those. But each one has you know, the image it has a word. Let's see. This one is, February's is family, right there. And at the top of the calendar proper, it has a quote that, so I'm going to use the word for the month kind of as a focus for the month. So January's is, wait, let's see. Oh no, this is my January insert. I'll get to that bit in a minute, but I stuck my first one in here. The word for this one, or the focus of the month, is dream, and the quote is, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Marcus Aurelius. I don't know if you've read any of the pieces Marcus Aurelius has done, but I quite enjoyed them. Okay, so that's like a theme for the month, or whatever, that I'm going to try and focus on throughout the year. Sounds good in theory and sounds like a lot of fun, so we shall see. So that's, let's see, 2018 down to December here. So those are my monthlies in a classic layout. I've started breaking down my 2018 goals for the overview. And I need to do some more work on these. And then from here I will break them down. Oh, this is stuff that didn't quite fit into a category, but I really wanted to try and do. But from the overview, I'll take each of these and break them down into the goal, give it a due date, or at least when it needs to be started by, and check-in dates. What my motivation is, what's the why for achieving this goal, and then break it into smaller steps or chunks to achieve that goal by that date. I also have down the bottom here room for resources, things available to me or that I need to look into to help me achieve each of those goals. I've got several pages worth. And if I need more, I can just thread more to the back of the book here somewhere. Okay. After my goal breakdowns, and each of these steps go into, the monthly overview. When these are figured out, then I will work out when to add them to my schedule, when to get those things done. I then have wish lists, and I'm new to actually writing wish lists for all that stuff I really want to get. But what I did this year was cross out the word wish. This is stuff, I'm not sitting back hoping, wishing that this stuff will just come to me. This is stuff I'm going to work on, and I've done it in my yearly book, which probably could have gone in my permanent book, but I do plan on being able to accomplish some of these things as I go, So yeah, I found a sticker that says, "Oh yeah, lists." Oh yeah. So these are things I'm going to work towards. These are my whys. These are my rewards for stuff, for doing the work, for putting in the time, for showing up and doing the work. But these are my stuff that I really, really want. And this year I've broken it down into categories. I've got personal, art, home, and then I've got my loves and family, friends, other. This is more for gifting. I had wish list and gifting for stuff that I want to get them or stuff that they might want. And I've broken it down across the top here. I've got a single $sign, $2 $3 signs. So this is smaller price, this is mid price, this is huge big ticket items. Because I'm not always going to be able to do stuff here. Little stuff when I can, this stuff when I can, this stuff. And not necessarily, again, not necessarily for just this year. I'd be tickled if I could pull all this off this year. But for the moment, it's just a reminder of stuff that I want as I can do it. This needs filling out, but by Christmas, this will be completely full. Speaking of Christmas, since we're fresh on the heels of Christmas craziness, I wanted to write down some stuff that I definitely don't want to forget or have catch me off guard or hang me up for next Christmas, because I want to have Christmas stuff done before Christmas. So this is stuff I need to remember, stuff I want to do as far as making, stuff to make and gift or sell or whatever. So I've started writing all those down. The biggest thing I have to remember is postage. I have to plan ahead for postage. I sent out 150 Christmas cards this year, and yeah, that gets rough pretty quick. But I don't know, I'll work on it. Let's see, and then so far blank until the end of the book here where I've got my future log. Okay, this was, oh, it doesn't really stick in there very well at the moment. This was the plastic cover that the Traveler's Notebook cover came in for packaging. I cut it down, I used packing tape to stick it all together. I made a pocket, and a pocket back here, which I know you guys can't really see. Alright, oh, there's my cover. Hey. Let's see, let's use stickers maybe. Okay, so that'll sit in there, and I will probably use these as sticker storage for now. I did have on the back here that the barcode scan sticker thing. I started peeling it off and it was just making a mess. It was like, okay, just leave it there and I'll just cover it up. So I found a sticker from my pack, from the Me and My Big Ideas, was that 1829 or something, which I split with the youngest daughter, so we've both got a handful of stickers to play with. But I put coffee date because I'm a coffee drinker like no other, and I put a things to do, and figured I'd fill it in eventually. It wasn't until I filled in, let's see, it wasn't until I did the I Am book, the I Am journal, that this came to me. This is, you know, while I'm having a coffee date with self, I need to breathe, care, love, smile, grow, shine, fly. And I like to believe that fly has two meanings. Finally love yourself and fly. Spread your wings, grow, travel, whether that's within yourself or physically. Fly. Okay, so that's the cover. Man, these videos take forever. Okay, that's the cover I've got so far, and I'll put, you know, stickers and cute stuff that I need here. If this doesn't work, I can always take it out. It's no big. It's just stuffed in there. This is my January insert, and so far so good. I've got the Serenity Prayer attached to the top here. January 2018, since we started a new year, I wrote a quick note to myself. It says, "Dear self, every day is a new beginning, a new chance to be better, to do better than yesterday. This is true no matter a great day or one full of mistakes. With great love, me." So, yeah. It might sound silly, but give yourself a positive reminder somewhere that you can see regularly. It really does help. Okay, so there's our cow yoga, or yoga cow as I'm calling them apparently, dream, and the quote for the month. There's our layout. Now the dark 30, because I've got AM, PM, and dark 30. I used to call it just wee hours, but PM for me ends at midnight, which is when we usually try and go to bed, but I don't always sleep until way later than that. So I've set this aside for projects I want to work on should I get up. Some nights I just lay in bed and pretend to sleep, or, you know, just try and get rest or whatever. other nights I will get up, especially if I've got big projects going on or studies I want to fit in that I haven't been able to fit in the rest of the day, depending on who was coming or going. You know, if it took longer to edit videos or whatever than I'd expected, whatever. But this gives me time to do those things as well. I've got this month, for January, I've got videos I want to shoot or start shooting. I'll probably do more than that. But this gets me started. I did put in a shopping sticker, which normally I don't, but I'm trying to keep a track of stuff that I actually need to buy, and I'll probably put something in the front here that keeps track of those things before I head to the store. That way I can just look and go, oh yeah, I need those things for an art project or for a video that I want to do, or... No, that's actually what I shop for anymore. That's funny. I'm also trying to incorporate Frou Frou Friday, so I've got a treat yourself sticker. Which I need to mark on my calendar and make, you know, figure out when I want to do that on the Fridays. This isn't complete. It's just not. It's always going to be a work in progress, I think, and that way I can constantly tweak what I'm doing, what works. These are all hand-drawn boxes. I've done that so that way if I mess something up, I'm not feeling devastated or like I've ruined my page. I have crap handwriting anyway, for the most part. When I am jotting stuff down, it is messy. I have to go back and actually take my time and write and make it nice, or nicer. But honestly, if it's just coming to me or if I'm in a hurry, it is messy handwriting. It just is. But what I've done, my weekly layouts, and this is a new spread that I'm trying, because normally I'd fit the week here and then I'd have an also section that was most of this page. But I've got the week spread, week at a view. I'm using these as my dailies. Just whatever's in this list. If it needs more information or anything like that, I've added a second spread for my also section, because I've got my daily tracker or my weekly tracker here instead of a monthly tracker that I wasn't using. Well, I was using it, but not how it was intended. It's easier, I think, to keep track. So far, it's easier to keep track of a weekly. And that's stuff that doesn't matter to see for a whole month. I don't think. I may have too much on here that I'm trying to track, but for now, I am going to keep all of this on here, just to get back in the groove, back into the groove of things. And yeah, this is just very loose, very bullet style. If anything needs exploring or exploding, I can break it down here. This is stuff I want to remember. I've added Happy Mail and waiting on for like Amazon orders and stuff. Normally I don't have a lot of stuff that I'm actually waiting on, but I have a wonderful tip jar angel, and I actually got some stuff that I need to do for one of the big projects I want to learn and do and create this year for you guys with the reverse collage. But I wanted to use proven supplies. I wanted to upgrade because the stuff that I'm using isn't, it's okay, it works, it's fine, but it's not giving me the results that I really, really want, so it's not encouraged me to really go any further with that particular project. I'm just not feeling it, so I've put it aside with my glue books and stuff. Well, not my glue books, the glue book I plan on doing reverse collage with later. It's a hybrid, I guess. But so that stuff's been on my wish list for ages, and thanks to my tip jar angel, who I adore, I love you. Yeah, I'm able to get a couple of the things that I need or have needed for some time to do those projects, and I cannot wait to do those and share those with you. But yeah, so I've got a waiting on, and it's not a very big section. I can't imagine I'm going to use it very often, but I do like it here. Also, Happy Mail, which I took out of this book. I don't need a whole big thing. I can, you know, Happy Mail in, did I respond, or Happy Mail I need to send out, and then I can schedule that for the following week or whatever. Also this year, which is very new to me, this is still my weekly as per this week. So I've got my weekly, I've got all the extra stuff that I don't want to forget. Oh, I've got my Society of Idea Collectors. I've made a box down here for it. If you're not familiar with the Society of Idea Collectors, Dee Willingham, let me write a note. Maybe write a note. Okay. I will add the link for Dee Willingham's Society of Idea Collectors playlist in the description below. There's several videos now on how to do, what it's about, how to make it work for you. Mine looks like, let me use this to mark where I'm at. Everybody's got different books and such that they're using. I have stuck together 2 composition notebooks. One is plain, the one in the back here is plain. The first one is all colored and juicy and fabulous. I still need to spend time in here and put all these ideas and notes and things in. I've got flip out. Wait. Okay, let me back this up a little bit because this book is huge. Okay, I've got flip outs for reminders and questions because you do a lot of mind mapping. But this helps me no matter what page I'm on. Say I'm back here somewhere and doing mind mapping. This helps me remember the questions I need to ask to deep dive and learn or whatever. This one also, you take your topic, your idea, your passion, and you just grow from there. The who, what, when, where, why, how also. And since doing this, and I haven't spent a lot of time in this book at all, the biggest thing I've spent time doing is I've got running. This is my running list. This is just stream of consciousness. Just throw it in here. This is stuff I need to break down in future sessions and just ask those questions. But since starting this book, even though I haven't spent a lot of time in it, in my mind, I'm constantly asking questions, and it has really sparked, especially with a creative mind, a writer's mind, it's really sparked that food for thought. And, you know, this leads into that, and what about that, and how did that get started, and who's using that? Is it being used the way, you know, it was intended? And it just, for the most random things. But I call this my gold mine. It is for my Society of Idea Collectors. It's not absolutely fabulous, but it's meant for just jotting things down, doodling, ideas, just capturing those ideas to explore and further. Those are my idea seeds I still need to finish. I've got stuff I still have to stick in here. Yeah, I barely even scratched the surface on this book. Oh, that's my Phoenix section. This is part of my how am I doing, where am I at, where do I want to go, what do I believe, what do I not believe, what is working for me. But yeah, how am I doing emotionally, physically, financially, blah, 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 blah. And just putting in the work. If you write it down, you can see it. It will trigger a different part of your brain than just thinking on it. But yeah, just and it all feeds into each other, and you don't have to do lists like this. You can do the mind maps. I've seen some, if you look for Society of Idea Collectors, there's several videos that people have done on how this is working for them, how this is opening their mind, they're opening their eyes as to what they see, how they see it, and ask those questions. That it's amazing. It makes your brain, it almost feels like it's tingling. It's tickling your brain. But yeah, that's mine. But I've got, I want to spend more time in it intentionally this year. Let me, oh, that's not what I want to do. Maybe. Let's see, where are we? But I've got just a little, as ideas come to me, stuff that I really want to explore at some later date. I can jot it down here, and when I schedule time, I don't know when the best time of the week is, as far as day or, you know, AM, PM, whatever. I can schedule time to sit down, go through here, jot those down in my big book, and if I can't get to it then, it's at least in my big book. I can note that it was moved to that, and I can sit down and make time to, you know, deep dive on whatever tickles my mind at the time, whatever looks good. Also, I have these hydrate stickers. I only have a few of them. I don't see the point in putting it on every single day. Obviously, I need to drink some water every day. So what I've done is put one for the week, and yeah, I didn't drink any water yesterday, and I have yet to drink any water today because I'm really, really bad at it, but that's why I need a hydrate sticker, and why I'm only marking days that I drank water instead of how much water I drank a day. That just seems, I've tried that before, and yeah, it just didn't work. So I've got all my extra sections. This year, this is new to me. I've seen people do like the December dailies, or that type of journaling project and whatever. I haven't done any of those before. I used to journal, but it was more for memory keeping for the girls, or my personal journals were when life wasn't good, because I can just spew all of that out and it's done, and when that book is full, then I burn it. I call it a burn book. I need to design a new one. I don't know if that's something you guys are interested in or not. As far as emotional health and wellness, I am a firm believer in the burn book. But as far as memory keeping and stuff, I don't do a lot of it anymore, and I want to. The biggest reason I haven't is pictures and stuff. But I did find that they do have the equivalent to the Polaroids, but they're the smaller pictures. Like Instax makes one, and oh, I can't remember the other brand. But yeah, you can plug them into your phone or whatever now, or use the actual, some of them have their own little camera, and, you know, take pictures and stick that in and use those as journaling, or flip outs or flip ups or waterfall with pictures. So I'm going to try, at least for January, and we'll see how it goes. We don't typically do anything hugely exciting, but there are some things that I would like to remember. Like this is celebratory poop from one of the giant party poppers that the neighbors were setting off for New Year's, and all this blew into my yard. The following day was blowing around the yard, so I went and picked up a few of them and just stuck them in here, just to remember, you know, celebrate 2018. These are candy or chocolates, Dove chocolates I was eating, and there's little love notes in them. It says sweet tidings to you, shine bright this season. This is postage from France, from Happy Mail, from the wonderful Sylvia who made me this, and I just wanted to remember that as going into the new year, because that's when I actually put this little journal together. So that's cool. So I'm going to try and journal not so much sit down once a week and do it, but if things happen and I have the time to write it down, I can do that. If not, I will try and sit down at the end of the week and just do some reflection. It's not necessarily Dear Diary. It's not to spew anything negative here. Even if something shitty happened, I can, as far as record keeping, I can just say, hey, so-and-so died, or blah, 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 and that's crap, I feel like shit, whatever. But this is not to spew negative. This is also not actually a gratitude journal. I have so much to be grateful for, and I tried to keep a gratitude journal, but it turned into the same thing every day. Whether it was 3 things or 5 things to write down, it was the same thing every day, and I have so much to be grateful for. I have lived without hot water. I have lived without running water. I have lived without electricity. The smallest things that most people take for granted. Every time I can sit in a hot bath or stand in a hot shower, I am so thankful, so happy, so grateful. Yeah, keeping a gratitude log seems ridiculous for me. But this is more of a, you know, check in if something fun did happen, if we did do something out of the ordinary. We plan on doing some more camping and that kind of, traveling to go see old ruins and that kind of stuff on the bikes and such this summer at least, so I'll need space for that anyway. So we'll see how that goes. And then this is my second week of the year with the same spread. I have just shy of half of this insert left, and I considered just sticking in a couple more pages and adding February, so I could have, you know, January, February in one insert. I decided against that because this I can use. I'm considering, let's see, that's my YouTube. This one's my comms, and because I took out social, let's see, I'm considering taking out this book because I'm not using it once again as I had originally laid out, but I can do all this stuff between the end of the month. There'll be good trackers there for it, and I can work the majority of it into the back of my 2018. Let's see. Yeah, I can work it into the repetitive stuff anyway, into the 2018 book, and just have it in one place. So I'm considering doing that. Let's see. That's about it for what I've got in here. YouTube is just trackers and whatever. And I didn't see the big deal in this, but I started doing it. I had to backtrack. By the end of February 2017, when I started my channel, at the end of February, I had 12 subscribers. By June, I had 49 subscribers. By December, the end of December, I had 765. How cool is that? But it's really fun to actually see, and channel views and actual video views. It's just fun to see it grow, even though I really have a baby channel as far as all things YouTube considered. It's a tiny channel, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I also made a tracker for when I posted videos, just so I can keep an eye on when I'm doing that. The reason it's so big, I was originally going to write the title per video, but what happened is some of these days I've got multiple videos, which I actually need to go back and, like, if I posted 2 or 3 that day, I need to put ×2, ×3, whatever. I have no idea what happened in August. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I can see, it's just a great visual reference, I think, but I didn't need this many pages. I really didn't. So what I did set up for 2018, and I've just got the numbered days, because I can use that for the month and just color code, just fill in that whichever days I posted, and for the whole year I should be able to see it at a glance much better. Playlists that I've got and need to keep track of that I put things in, not ones that I've saved from others, although I may put a section down here for that. Requested videos, stuff I still need to do for people that have asked or wanted to see more or wanted to know stuff. Oh, I did that one. Yay! Okay. Actually, I've done that one as well. Sweet. Cross those off. Okay. Ideas and themes. This is an overall view of the stuff that I typically do on my channel, and that doesn't mean I plan on sticking to just this stuff, although it is quite varied across the board. But this helps me if I should ever run out of ideas or should ever get stuck and go, okay, what have I got, or what do I need to revisit or haven't done for a while. At a glance I can do that. I've also broken down ideas for single videos, actual video ideas. Some of those are ongoing, some of those are things I need to get stuff for before I can do it. You know, I can break down, you know, what I need to do, the steps involved for that. And I skipped a page apparently. Some are color-coded, and this is the stuff I need to do this one, which I just got a couple of those, so that will be coming soon, or in the next couple months. This was the breakdown I used to keep track of the rules for the giveaway that I did. So stuff like that, and it's very loose, it's very fluid. I don't like to set things in stone because that's when life goes, oh yeah? This I'd set out to keep track of collaborations and stuff. I may or may not keep this, I don't know. Of course, as it fills up, I imagine that'll be cool to just have a record of. Same as challenges, of stuff that actually had to be sent in, not just ones that I did on my own. Or, you know, that I participated in but kept stuff at home. And then comms, and yeah, the blog I think I will move to the end of my monthly. But that for the now is, I'm going to have to move stickers and tools and stuff. I still have my ID and whatnot in here. And I need to put stuff that I can jot my shopping and grocery lists down in here. But by and large, for the most part, Lucy is ready to go. I will still be, because I'm still working on Your Best Year 2018 by Lisa Jacobs. So I'm still studying and working on all of that stuff. But I can now, I now have the bones, the framework to start fleshing in as I do the goal-oriented work and whatever, and future planning and breakdown steps and when I need to do them. So that is Lucy. I do need to get some fabric to make more of these. I love paper clips with hangy stuff. I also need to make Shelly over at Crafting Mamas does a, I don't know what she calls them. I think they're just magic paper clips, but she does paper clips that have, instead of sticking up or sticking out, you can use as decoration on your page, and it still is a functional paper clip, still holds stuff. So I still need to, I've seen the video that she did that taught us how to do that. I do need to go back and make those. which I will jot down as a project for another time. But that so far is what I have for Lucy. I also have, and I'm playing with, all these stickers. And, you know, the youngest daughter and I are sharing a sticker pack because, well, we have to be budget friendly. But since we're both really new to the actual planners and all the stuff you can do with them now, neither of us want them just to be pretty. We need to actually plan ahead for the goals that we're trying to accomplish. And these have been a lot of fun. They're just cute. Some I filled in ahead of time that I will have to go through my monthlies to do, or to put in there. I'm loving these. I really, really am. So yeah, I may or may not over the next week or so start setting up the beginning. The only reason I want to do that is so I don't lose track of this book. Otherwise, the whole point of the monthly themes is it'll be gone at that point. So I may just forge ahead in between knitting and just get those all ready to go. But yeah, that's where we're at currently, and I love it. I haven't traveled with it yet. It is, she is a wee hefty beast, but not terribly, and as much as my backpack weighs currently, the plan is to downsize anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. Of course, I haven't made a purse yet, or whatever, but yeah, that's okay. All these stickers. I love them. Oh, I love them. Alright, you guys, that's Lucy, and it's a very long, very waffling type walkthrough, but I have a bunch of new stuff that I'm trying to work out, trying to see if that's any good. But yeah, so far so good, and I do love it, so that means I will in fact use it. I have set an alarm on my phone. I do have to change the time on it though, because I'm usually on a roll with knitting by the time that goes off for me to stop and come back and check, and yeah, the timing's off slightly. But I do have an alarm on my phone that says check my bullet journal. So I will change that to say check on Lucy and have a far more personal connection with it, in which I will most gladly sit down, catch up the day, and double check anything I need to know upon getting up for the next day, so I can hit the ground running. Oh, excuse me. Alright, my loves, thank you for sticking out with this video. Let me know below if are you guys planners? Do you have a system? Do you have a particular book or books that you use? What do you guys do to keep track of your projects or your thoughts, or, you know, all those appointments and whatever? Especially those of you who have grown kids. I've noticed since my kids are grown and they're not in school, so there's no class functions or anything like that that remind me what day it is or what's coming up. I tend to lose track of days all the time, especially now that I really, you know, sleep is, well, it's a unicorn, isn't it? Let's be honest. Oh my god, speaking of unicorns, I need to show you guys my necklace. Let's see if I can do this. Do you see this? This is, do you remember the mood rings from way back in the day? Those of you that are old enough. This is a mood ring style unicorn. It changes color. How cool is that? But I'm considering using it because it is quite chunky. It's huge. It's huge. See, and there she goes changing color already. But I'm considering taking it off here and putting it as a giant charm on my on Lucy. But yeah, I love it because it's color change. It's magic. It's magical. But yeah, we shall see. At any rate, I'll let you guys be. See you in the comments below. Please hit like if this is the type of video that you want to see more of. That way I can put that into my usual rotation. Otherwise I won't know. I prefer feedback that I can play with and help build a better community and do stuff that not necessarily for you guys, but that you might find helpful or inspirational or whatever, especially if it's stuff that I'm into. You know, that just makes sense. And it gives me a great excuse to do more of that stuff. So it's a win-win. But if you're not subscribed, please hit that up. Notification bell will tell you when I put up new videos. Thank you again to my tip jar angel. I love you. Like, seriously. You have changed my world. You have given me the opportunity to get the stuff that I need to do what I need and want to do. And I'm trying to keep this channel ad-free for as long as possible. I hate ads, personally. I hate them. It's the biggest waste of money. It's people yelling at you, telling you what you need or what you should buy, and I hate that. So yeah, I'm trying to keep my channel ad-free as long as possible. But until paint is free, and until I get my Etsy store set up, yeah, the tip jar really is helpful. Whether it's just keeping me in coffee, paint, and glue sticks. Because, you know, I'm pretty easy. But it does help me do what I want to do and share with you guys. So, I appreciate you. Alright, you guys, I'm waffling. I'm very tired. I've slept not quite an hour since yesterday. Yeah. Anyhow, I love you. In love and light. Peace and joy. Bye.